So friends, let's start with this beautiful aloo bhaji, which is a monsoon special recipe. Now here is one bunch of aloo leaves which consist of 6 to 7 leaves, and this is for the bhaji, not for the vadi. So wash the leaves really well and separate the stems. The stems are very different for the bhaji ones and the vadi ones. The ones for the bhaji have got this purplish kind of tinge. Then we have a few other ingredients. Here is 1/4 vati of chana dal, which is washed and soaked in 1 cup of water. And also some peanuts soaked in some water, some tamarind, and 1 green chili cut fine, a few bits of dry coconut, about 1 tablespoon, that I've just cut into small pieces, thin pieces like that. Here I have about 3 teaspoons of jaggery and 10 cashew nuts, and here this is about 1/4 vati of chana dal, chickpea flour or besan. Now always when you're dealing with aloo leaves, always oil your hands because they do leave a very itchy feeling on your palms. So either you wear gloves or put some oil. Now I'm just going to take a potato peeler and peel the stems really very gently. We don't want to break the stems, but we're going to use the stems also in this bhaji. So just take a potato peeler or a knife, they come off very easily, and discard the stems. So here I'm using a knife. And then I'm just going to chop them up into small little half an inch pieces. And now you're just going to fold the leaves like this, as small as possible, and again chop them really finely. So this is the prep work done for this recipe. It's a very delicious recipe, guys, and you must try it out if you haven't tasted this yet. I have just recently posted the aloo vadi, which is made with aloo leaves only, or cocacea leaves, but different type. It's for the vadi. And I've also posted something called ambadichi bhaji, which is also a monsoon recipe, and it's amazing. All these recipes have a little bit of sweetness, sourness, spiciness. It's just amazing. So in this way, I'm just going to cut up all of the leaves. Like I said, you get about 5 to 6 leaves in each of the bunches. Now here I'm going to heat about 1 tablespoon of oil in my pressure pan, similarly to how we made the ambadichi bhaji. Once the oil is hot, I'm just going to add the stems and the leaves, which we chopped really fine. I'm just going to fry it a little, or saute it rather. Now some people add something called ambat chuka in this. My mother-in-law doesn't do that, so I also don't do it because I've learned the recipe from her. Now I've added the soaked peanuts and the soaked chana dal. So wash the chana dal really well and soak it in about 1 cup of water. Even the peanuts, and both of them soak them for about 1 hour or at least half an hour, so that the peanuts really get cooked. Now you're going to stir everything really well, and I'm going to add this green chili also. It's 1 light green chili, and I'm also going to add these dry coconut strips. Next I'm going to add the cashew nuts and saute everything nicely. Now I'm just going to add about 1 vati, or say about 3/4 of a cup of water. And I'm going to close the pressure pan and cook it for 4 whistles on high, and then just switch off the pressure cooker and let the pressure cooker cool, or the pressure pan cool, for 15 minutes. Now it has completely cooled, so I'm opening the pressure pan. And now we're just going to mash up everything with the back of a spoon. You can also use a whisk and whisk everything together. Turn the flame on again. I'm going to add about 1.5 vati of water, which comes to roughly about 1 1 1/4 cup of water. I mean, you can adjust the water as per you like it. Now I'm going to add the chickpea flour, the besan. So this has as a thickening agent. It makes it it gives it a little body. Mix everything really nicely together. Now I'm going to add some salt to taste. We're going to throw in the gur or the jaggery. Again, mix everything really nicely. So this is generally a thick kind of a gravy. It's not very runny. And then I'm going to add the tamarind pulp. So I just squeezed out the tamarind, and we're going to use the tamarind water or the tamarind pulp. So add a little of this first, and then you can see how sour or how sweet, how spicy you like it. You can adjust it according to your taste. Again, give everything a nice mix. We're going to cook all of this for about 2 minutes on a medium flame so everything comes together really well. And now we're going to turn off the heat, and we're just going to add a fodni or a tadka. So here I have about 1.5 tablespoons of oil. When the oil is hot, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of mustard seeds or mohri, followed by 2 dried red chilies cut into halves. Then I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of asafoetida or hing, half a teaspoon of cumin or jeera. Mix everything really well. Fry it for about half a minute till the chilies are nice and crispy. And just add this fodni to your aloo bhaji. Mix everything really well together. And this delicious aloo bhaji is all ready. Now you have to eat this specially with bhakri, mostly with the rice bhakri. I have a recipe for how to make rice bhakri at home, which is very, very simple. So I'll leave a link for it in the description box below and the comment section as well as at the end of the video. So I hope you try out this recipe, guys, and do let me know in the comment section below.